I love this, and I had a very similar shot in Family Man. I don't know why I let Mark convince me to lose this.
This was simply to move the movie along, the beginning of the movie along, to get the movie rolling.
See you in a few days, all right? Okay. I'll call you tonight.
This is an extended cut of a scene that is in the movie. We cut out of it right here and go into the bathroom, but this is the original ending of that scene where Will Graham has a moment to get into his...
Beginning to sort of think like the killer.
Yeah, his Ida Tecker.
Which was
Thinking.
effective. Why it was cut just to speed things up.
After she finally died.
Yeah, I mean...
We had spent a lot of time in this house already, and everybody felt that it was time to get on with things.
Right.
But it's a nice scene. It's shot nice, acted well.
I bet it was maddening to have to...
There's a lot of talking to himself, too, which
Yes,
is...
which gets to be awkward.
All right, I've got a 4:17 flight back to Atlanta.
Of course.
This was a scene that we took out simply because there was nothing really essential to the plot of the movie that was said in this.
It was also exactly like Silence.
That's
It's the
why-
same thing he said to... That's why I agreed to lose
That's why
it.
it was in there.
Yeah. It was basically the same stuff he said to Jody, except Will Graham had an answer, which was, I know this already.
Right.
Were you able, perhaps, to reconstruct his fantasies?
Hell, that door's got deadbolts. Reckon he was in too big a hurry.
This was an example of Mark losing any repetition because we see the cat grave from the...
Right. No,
From
I
the
think,
tree.
I think every one of these was a brilliant cut. Except...
All this really tells you is that there was indeed a cat grave in the backyard. And Will was right.
And it's referring to when Hannibal Lecter says, first you kill the pet, first he kills the pets.
It's foreplay.
It's foreplay.
He was telling us stuff that we find out or already knew.
You said right here, didn't you?
Oh, this is the vision that we talked about
Yeah,
in the
right.
DVD, which I just thought...
Which I don't think was too psychic. We've already established by now that he's not a psychic.
Brett thought that having this vision made it psychic.
Yeah, we know that he's just imagining it. He's not literally, it's not nighttime now or something. He's just imagining.
Yeah.
It works both ways.
Both ways
I thought
it works,
worked.
yeah.
This scene here is the show that is referred to
Right.
by Lecter
And
when
the only
Lecter
reason
says,
the
I'd
only
like
reason
dinner
I-
and a
right,
show.
the
This
only
is the
reason
show.
The only reason I missed this is that it doesn't connect that way anymore in the way that was intended by the script. But I don't like how you shot this.
Oh, really?
I mean, he's way too languid.
I've never heard him say that
He's-
before.
He's too languid.
Ted called me up and said, please take it out of the movie. Don't
Well,
sell
because
that."
it didn't work the way it was shot. I mean, he should be aroused, excited to see those dead people. That's what he wanted to see.
Yeah.
This is the scene with Ron. You can.
This is Run from Run DMC, and he came down and was more method than any other actor I'd worked with because he...
All he had to do was find some pieces of
No, but
toilet
him being a janitor was a stretch for him. I got to tell you, this guy is like a rap star. Performed at Madison Square Garden many times.
Is he really that bald?
He's bald. Always wears a hat, but he let his hair grow. He let his hair grow for the character. He lost 30 pounds, as much weight as Hannibal Lecter, as Anthony Hopkins did. And this is the moment I cut out, unfortunately.
But now it's on the DVD.
But
so
now it's on the
hopefully
DVD, so
everybody will be happy.
it seems shorter, though. Did you shorten it?
Okay, this was the shorter cut where we don't reveal what the note says.
Yeah, which I like the version that's in the movie. Mark and Andy both were adamant that we.
This is one of the last things we changed. We had it this way for the longest time, and then we put back what the note actually said for the final version of the movie. But this is how it was.
Mark had like the milkman telling me, you got to leave it out of the film. He had people telling me.
See right there, we still want to know what's it say? What's it say? We don't know what it says yet. And I thought it was a good idea to not reveal what it had said until now.
But that line is not nearly as scary as "Save yourself, kill them all."
Exactly. Thank you,
It's just
Ted.
not as good
Thank
a
you.
line.
I think we'll remove Dr. Lecter's toilet seat as well.
To me, this conversation between Will and his son, it didn't quite, the way it was shot, it's shot beautifully. It's some of Dante's best lighting. But the way that a father was talking to his son, it just didn't ring true to me. Being a parent, I thought he was talking over the kid's head. He was getting way too psychological for him. All the kid wanted was reassurance that everything was going to be all right. He didn't really want a huge
Ted should
conversation.
respond to this because he's a father. So
See, I always thought this worked. I always thought it was very touching. He gave him more of a relationship with his son. Once this got to its short version, I thought it should stay in the movie.
Well, now it's on the DVD.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Okay.
this next scene, I kept the camera rolling and I used this audio in the scene at the table with the FBI. I used this audio because I don't think I was able to recreate it if he just did it off the cuff. He was in the character, in the mode. I had him read the whole letter.
Right, even though you knew you weren't going to use it.
I knew I wasn't going to use it visually, but I used the sound from this.
And Brett did many, many takes
Of this.
of this. And the actual tape that played on the table was cobbled together from several takes.
Yeah.
Worse to lie, he will be more merciful to me than to you, Will Graham. There's much for you to dread. Will Graham, the dragon will snap your back like a twig. And from my own lips, you'll learn a little more to dread.
This is a flaming wheelchair alternate cut. This was probably the hardest scene to edit in the whole film because Brett went back and forth on how to cut
That was
this
it.
film.
Simple version.
Yep.
We must have like 25 versions of this scene. This is my preferred cut of the FBI listening to this tape. This is the editor's preferred cut. You don't have any of the screaming.
And I thought the screaming was the emotional center for the scene.
Yes.
You know? And Ted agrees with me, so you lose.
So I lost and you got your way and it's in the movie. But I thought it was more powerful ending on a direct threat to Will Graham, which is why I preferred this cut. And we had already seen and heard the scream already, so I thought that was redundant. And I actually think that not hearing the scream improved Jack Crawford's performance a little bit here by not having him say that line about, well, we can get hung up on this. And
Well, you win some,
you be the judge.
Go on, anybody.
We had to already have the wheelchair, too.
This is Frank Langella?
This scene underwent a lot of changes. As Ted originally wrote it, it had the dragon's voice talking to Dollarhide. And the first time we put it together, we had the grandmother's voice pitched down to sound like the dragon. That didn't really work.
Because somehow in his mind, the grandmother has turned into the dragon.
Right, that's the transformation. So then we ended up hiring Frank Langella to do a version of the dragon voice. And he was fantastic, and we put this in, and still somehow it just didn't work. So Brett had Ray Fiennes do the voice of the dragon because it's coming from him, from in his head, he had Rafe do it. And that didn't work either. And finally, out of
Sheer desperation.
sheer desperation, we
Well, you know, you're yakking through it, but I think it works pretty well. It's the first I've heard it.
It's interesting, which is why it's on the DVD, but it works great without, which is how we decided to go with it for the final version.
What's nice is that he's underplaying it. He's not shrieking.
That's what a good actor does.
This is the Frank Langella version you're listening to right now.
She's okay.
If you directed this movie, would you have kept this in the movie?
This is the first I'm hearing it.
And if we would have had this dialogue,
way,
we
the
would have had to
problem with
turn
it-
down the
we
music
would have had to
quite
turn
a
down
bit,
the
too.
music.
Yes, you had to turn down the music, the music has a tremendous impact here. The other problem with it, and I never knew going all the way back to the first draft, if you hear it here, do you expect to hear more of it?
Yeah.
If you've set up that convention, now you're going to expect to hear it all the time in his head, which gets tiresome.
It was borderline. We didn't want to cross into corny at all, so we erred on the safe side, I think. This scene here may have been effective in and by itself, but it would take away the surprise of the phone call.
And also, the mirror wouldn't have been a surprise then.
Right. That's
The
why
mirror
we
is not
chose
a
to take it
surprise
out.
Anyway. There was another problem here.
So Ted wanted
which
to
was
keep
there
that
were,
scene.
Well, yeah, I wanted to keep that scene, but there were two problems with it. One was that he jumps into the line too quickly.
Yeah.
He should have just been standing there, give the audience a chance to be stunned, and then speak or not speak. The line is not even important.
Right.
It happened too quickly.